Okay. Hopefully this is all coming through. Guess we're gonna find out. All right, looks like we're coming through. All right, all right, all right, all right. Awesome. Trying to wait to see the chat going. Live chat, there we go. Hi, guys. All visible messages. All right, I think we're in business. I think we're doing it right here. Cool. Just want to make sure we're getting everybody's good, everybody's happy, that you guys can hear me. And yeah, happy Tuesday, everybody. All right, we got people joining, and I want to adjust some settings here. Let's see. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we go. Stream settings. What do I want to change here? Latency. Activity. Cool. Stream health looks sick. All right. Just want to make sure everything is good. Moderation activity. Mic sounds good. That's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. So, yeah, this dropped off a little for a sec, so we can close that out. So I'm not pulling any bitrate and data. So I'm gonna get OBS back open. Looks good. That's what we want down there. And then the chat is here. We're set up. I was getting ready for the stream, and I realized everything was still set up for Twitch. So I almost hit go live on a Twitch stream, which would have been catastrophic. I'm glad we didn't do that. But yeah. So dog trainer and canines and warriors. So I'm glad to support this topic. Hi Frank, love you. It's not you, it's me. It's not me, it's you. So yeah. Today is a pretty interesting and special live stream. They're probably gonna get they're probably not gonna be the happiest with me for reading off the card, but you guys know I like transparency, right? Especially when it comes to like sponsorships and stuff. And the Ad Council reached out to start promoting mental health awareness. And the minute I got that email about this, I was like, yeah, no, this is like a perfect fit. I was in the military. I'm still in the military. I'm still in the Air Force Reserves. I did 10 years active duty. You guys, a lot of you have seen the journey in my videos talking about my service and the ups and downs and things like losing my father and being overseas and having friends who go through stuff. And it just was such a good organic fit because I never want to stray away from this, right? I never want to be somebody on the other side of a camera who's just a face and occasionally I show you a cool thing and that's it. Like, no, I'm a person too, and I've gone through some stuff, and I will always encourage people talking about this, right? So they are basically va.com slash I want to get it right, va.gov/reach, and this is to encourage reaching out. This is to encourage getting help, seeking help, talking. If you are struggling and in any aspect of your life, right? Because this stuff is hard, you don't need to do it alone. I couldn't do it alone. I'm still not able to do it alone. I've gone to counseling. I've talked to people. I've talked to professionals, and all of that stuff has helped. And I wanted to have just a nice long conversation about that and have a two-way conversation between me and you guys in chat, and talk about some of my personal experiences with it and get some of your guys' experiences with it. So yeah, you guys aren't alone. And though this is about va.gov/reach, I also don't want to mitigate the civilian side of things, right? Like whether you have zero military affiliation at all, there are still a lot of resources out there for just the everyday average person, right? That has nothing to do with the military. We want to encourage everybody to talk when you need to talk about something. So I don't know. I hope this. I know some people feel awkward about talking about this type of stuff. It can be a little uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be. The more you talk about it, the more you get it out there. And the one thing I've learned about talking about mental health and talking about struggles and stressors, everybody goes through it, and you'll start to break some walls down and boundaries and barriers, and you're just like, oh, not everybody has their stuff together as much as they might seem. And that's, again, something I never wanted to show on social media, is that everything's fine all of the time and everything's great. It's not. For those of you that don't know, I actually just lost Maya. I know a lot of you had supported me when Blue was having an issue. I have the two dogs, Blue and Maya. They've been with me since 2012, 2013. And Blue was the sick one. Unfortunately, it came out of nowhere, and I had to put Maya to sleep. And that still stings. It's weird just having him. And I am still dealing with that. It's odd. It's odd just looking at pictures knowing I'm not going to see her again. She was 14 and had a very good life. So I am very, yeah, that sucks. I have no other way to put that. But you move on. She was a part of my life, and I was her whole life. And I will miss her. I want to still do something for her. But yeah, we are here to talk about this. And I figured it can kind of just be also, you know, it's not going to be a 2-hour stream with just heavy topics, guys, because that would be emotionally exhausting for everybody here. But I treat it like a Q&A. I want to talk about some ongoing projects, things in the future, and we're going to take breaks in between to talk about some stories. And yeah, just kind of the old studio chat and chill vibes we used to do on Twitch, and we used to do them occasionally here on YouTube as well. That's going to be there the whole time because, you know, and there's also some resources down below in the description, some links, some other resources, and there's a pinned comment. It shows up weird on my stream. I'd have to pull up in YouTube, not signed in to see it. But man, yeah, there's a lot of you guys showing up. Oh yeah, all right, what do we do? We got 48. We got 48 of you. All right. So I want to make sure I'm not missing anything important here. So what's up, man? Sorry to hear about Blue. You started learning how to cosplay videos, or godsend, trying to get into Doctor Doom. Hey, I need to make a Doctor Doom costume. I really do. Oh my God. Another vet for to reach out. Oh, it's Maya. I'm sorry. Hey, no, you're fine. You're fine. I can't expect you guys to memorize the names of like my dogs and be up to date on everything. When are we going getting a Mark 85 update? When there is 85 update to be had. Prime is in work right now. 85. I need the 85 done by New York Comic Con, which is in 2 months. Actually, less than 2 months now that I'm thinking about it. So I need to finish Prime and the 85 by New York Comic Con. I am stressing, man. I'm so stressed. Yeah, so it's gonna be a fantastic time. Trust me, we got it. So, yeah. Is the stream coming? Is the stream good for you guys? I keep getting a little bit of a latency warning on YouTube, but I've dropped no frames in OBS. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Is this wood? This is like particle board. I keep getting the warning, but OBS is coming through clean, and YouTube Studio says it's fine. So if my audio and video is coming through, just, I don't know. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just saw the IG update this morning. So, oh, yep. Hi, iArmor. Nice cut, pretty good for me here on YouTube. I'm a veteran too, man. I'm telling you, it's so hard talking to civilians sometimes. It's like I'm holding back everything, like some jokes you use with the boys you can't mutter with the civilians. Oh, you are so right. That was definitely something to get used to, coming out of active duty and being around that mentality. Quick little background for me, so you guys know, if you didn't know what I did in the military. I was in the Air Force. I was in active duty Air Force. I was a jet engine mechanic on the F-15s for 10 years. It was fantastic. And I never deployed. I was never downrange. I was overseas. I was in England. I was in Japan for 4 years. I was in England for 4.5 years. Wasn't a deployment. It was a duty station. It was an experience. And you're away from family, you're away from friends, you're away from everything. Now, I transitioned into it pretty easily. It was very easy for me to get into that lifestyle Don't know why. Maybe it was the way I was brought up, emotional things at home. I don't know. It was pretty easy for me to just like kind of pack up and leave. So I transitioned into the military lifestyle fairly easily. But seeing my friends, seeing then as I moved up in rank, I then was responsible for people. I had troops. I had people whose livelihood I was responsible for. It isn't as simple as like going to work every day and I just work with these people and when I leave, that's it, done. Bye. Like no, like you're a family over there, especially overseas. You're a family every day. So I had troops I was responsible for. If one of my workers or one of my guys was acting a little different, you need to learn about them. So there was a lot of communication, there was a lot of camaraderie, there was a lot of a good family bonding and vibes because you needed that. Because though I adjusted very simply to being overseas, the kid next to me might not have. He might have missed home. He might have never. I was with people who have never left their hometown or home state. They've never traveled. They've never seen the ocean. They've never seen snow and it's a shock to your system. I was blessed or cursed with being able to transition really easily, but some people don't. And talking about it matters. Like, oh my God, does talking about that type of stuff truly and honestly matter? If you notice something weird, you know what and I've seen it happen, unfortunately, the whole people regretting not asking those questions, people regretting, I should have asked him how he was. I should have spoken up. I should have bugged him because I've asked questions that are like, hey man, you okay? Thinking I'm going to get the generic, yeah, whatever answer. It actually opens some can of worms when talking to people. Like, actually, no, they're not okay. And you start talking from there. So it might be awkward to ask somebody sometimes, like, hey, are you really okay? Pull them aside, especially if you're in some type of leadership role. It can be weird, but I'd rather ask that and breed some awkwardness rather than never ask at all. And I hope that makes sense. Air Force Vet, ATC. Oh man, you were ATC? Whew. That's a tough one. That's a rough job. Bob, bravo. Yep. As a first responder, if people heard how we deal with what we see, they would. Yeah, you get it. Hey, Pickletron. You gotta stop, dude. You are spamming the chat. So you're gonna go in timeout for a little bit. We don't spam here. No spam in the chat. This is not what this chat is for right now. I will give all of you one warning. He is the example, and then I will just kick you out of this chat. So, cool. Good talk. Yeah, yep. He's been dealt with, guys. I got him. Nuked from orbit. So, yeah. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah, wow, that was a lot of messages. I missed. Armor, let me know if you still want to do that Gundam build. I do. I haven't forgot about that, man. I'm playing catch up on emails, and the whole thing with Maya really caught me off guard. So I have not. Yeah, that's been tough. It should be what's wrong. Are you okay? That's a good way to put it, right? And I think the phrasing of it depends on your rapport with the person, right? How well do you know them? How well are you around them? Are you okay? How have things been? You also want to give them a forum to potentially open up. Maybe they've been wanting to talk about it and you give them a safe space to do that, right? But that just comes with your interpersonal relationships and how you treat them or deal with, see them every day. And I've even had instances where I might not be that close to somebody and it might be weird for me to bring that up. So you go and find somebody who is. You very carefully and tactfully, you can then go and, hey, I know you're friends. I'm using all made up names because I don't want to accidentally out somebody who, is a real person. But hey, Johnny, you're pretty cool friends with Smith, right? Like you guys hang out on the weekends. Like, has he been okay? So like even doing something like that you can start to peel back the onions of the layers and get to the bottom of it, or put a bug in somebody else's ear. Like, hey, maybe go check in on him. Because it's important. It really is. So, wait, how hard is it to, do you have to filter now from the airport? Steen Ghosty. Wait, so how hard is it to personality change? It's, I have a very good example of the full active duty overseas thing mentality, keeping it GPG. But yeah, I was an aircraft mechanic. I was an engine mechanic. Like, imagine mechanics, like there's grittier jokes made. It's a rougher crowd, if you will. And I'm now in the reserves, Air Force Reserves. I go in 2 days a month. And most people in the TR, traditional reservists, they have civilian jobs. They're working at PF Chang's and Best Buy, and they have real civilian jobs, right? So they didn't have the same mentality. And I remember sitting in the break room. It was like right as I transitioned to the reserves, and I had rapport with some of these people. I knew some of these people, and I made a fairly distasteful joke, and no one in the room laughed except one person who I had previously worked with who was active duty. And I kind of looked around the room. I was like, oh yeah, this is awkward. Yeah, they do not have that same dark sense of humor. Whoops. Like, it was such a reality check of tough crowd. I did it. I did the thing. I work with the WTC program for the mental health side, processing authorizations and finding providers for retired side of the FDNY. I'm locating in the counseling unit. Hey, that is a really awesome, important job, man. Okay. What's ATC again? For some reason, my mind just went to JTAC, air traffic control. And it is one of the most stressful jobs in the military, Air Force. It's on the top of a list it really shouldn't be on the top of. Let's just say that, because I think YouTube will nuke me from orbit if I say the bad words. And that's not to skirt around how stressful that job is. I just got to be careful with what I actually say, because YouTube doesn't like very specific words. You can use your imagination. I think the transition from military to civilian varies person. I was EOD and deployed, then I went to LE, and then transition for me to civilian was easy to LEO, but not to corporate. Yeah, no, you're right, and it depends. It absolutely depends. What your job was. It was. I'm blessed. I am I got to be careful not to stand on a soapbox and be like, I had the hardest life ever. Like, no, I had an amazing Air Force career. I did. Especially in the fighter world, like, I was in Japan. I was in Okinawa, Japan for 4 years. I was around plenty of people who hated it. They don't like the beach. They don't like the heat. They don't like being away from their family. They don't like Japanese food. They didn't like being there. I loved it. Then I was in England. It's just pre-America. Like, there were things I was without, but for the most part, like, it was kind of just like I was back in the US, And there are people who just have absolutely terrible careers. It can take one base to ruin your entire military experience. It can take one bad supervisor to just ruin it all for you. And I've seen that happen, where you're put in a leadership role and you're not leadership material, and the people below you suffer. I've seen that way too many times. And you have trickle-on effects, and you can impact people's mental health because you come to work as a leader with a bad attitude every day. Guess what the people below you are going to start feeling and seeing? It's all parasitic, and I've seen it time and time and time again. I know anybody who's ever been in the service knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I was blessed, and then I ended up in North Carolina here, and I love it. I love the weather. I love the location. It helps with content creation now because I'm kind of like centralized to the East Coast, which is really cool. So I've been blessed, but I've been around enough people and talked to enough people. I've lost friends. I've lost friends for different reasons, especially when I was in Japan. I was stationed with Army, Navy, Marines, and you'd be out drinking, hanging out on a Friday or Saturday night with a group of just inter-service people, some soldiers, some sailors, Marines, whatever, and you get familiar faces. And then like a month or 2 months or a couple months would go by, and I remember asking one of my buddies, Brian, hey, what happened to so-and-so? And he was like, oh, he didn't make it back from the desert. Yeah, so that happens. And there's people who just, you don't see anymore. So, and seeing how they deal with it and cope with it. And it's a very interesting world to be in. Like, they're there one day and gone the next. And people on base, people in Japan, people in England, people here at Seymour Johnson, and mental health is important. It is so important. So full transparency, there is a certain amount of times I'm supposed to mention this in this live stream. I'm going to be doing it more than that because like this is serious. Like please reach out. I've lost people and we don't need to lose more. So, oh, we got a donation. Why $10? What? Mechanics Unite. I was in the Army mechanic. What a miserable and awesome life. Ramstein. Oh, you're in the Ramstein, huh? Yep. Oh, we got some great comments here. My God. Wow. Oh, dang, I didn't realize ATC was that. Yeah, we know, mate. Trust me. I'm not military, but I had with a major mental health thing last year. Got bullied a lot as a kid, and I think I was bullied with came back to bite me hard. Better now, but I've had some bad days too. Hey, you know what? You're still here to be able to type that, so good job. Frank, my dad was a Marine for 8 years. He was ranked captain. He went to Iraq. Everyone, sorry, saying. You are forgiven. Cool. Thank you for apologizing. Being in the airport fire service team at Prestwick, I worked with the USAF, RCAF, and RAF, lads and gents, and the ground crews, all a bunch of great people. Say the same thing to CO, Frank. That is so true. The first duty stations really messed me up mentally. They're so toxic even though I left. Yeah, toxic leadership is a thing. Yeah, thank you for the $10 donation. I don't think I'm not allowed to do this, but anything that's donated, I'll don't. I don't know if Ad Council and VA.reach.gov, the Reach program. I don't know if there's a donation option there, but I will find a good resource to donate that to. Anything that's donated in this stream, I don't need it. You guys have helped me enough with like Blue and fundraising and donations and subscriptions and buy. So anything that's donated through the stream, I will find a place to donate that is topical and makes sense for this. Mental health advocacy, awareness, promotion. I'll definitely look into that. Maybe I think some people from Ad Council are watching this, so if they want to either send an email or drop a comment, if there's a good place to donate it, any proceeds from this, I'll just kick that right back to that. So, yeah. I think that's fair. I think that makes sense. I wasn't expecting anybody to donate this stream. So, yeah. Trying to get into the Air Force due to economic and career difficulties. By the way, I got an 85, so I have an option in terms of administrative in general, considering what's happening with the Navy right now. Hey, okay. Hey, 85. That's a good score, man. That's making a mistake joining, but what's the current Air Force like? Because I don't want to be a part. It's tough to ask a veteran. Because I can talk you into it, I can talk you out of it. I will tell all of my friends that. It depends on the conversations I'm having with you and what you're looking for. I think everybody, and I'm going to just go with Americans here, because obviously this is the VA, Veterans Affairs, it's a US-based entity. I think everybody should do military service for at least 2 to 4 years. Physical and mental capability pending, obviously, right? Like if somebody's has an injury or something, or if for some reason can't serve, obviously no. But like if you are willing, able, and ready body to serve, I think everybody should. Because it does breed a certain amount of discipline and experience that I think could benefit a lot of people. And it changes you. It is a community. It is such I think an awesome experience. And it's temporary. Let's say 2 years, right? Like you learn a new skill, you get college pretty much paid for, which that's never a bad thing, and you get to travel. Go travel. Get out of your state. Go do something. Go travel. Go experience something else, right? And I like the Air Force, and there's plenty to be said about the other branches too. I know people who love the Marines and love the Army, like they want to do something specific. I'll never discourage somebody from it, but you need to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and talk to somebody who's in. Don't just talk to a recruiter, please. Thanks for talking about it. Def talked about enough and dealt with all the milk. Yeah. Oh, another 5. Why is it coming as British GBP? Did you donate GB pounds, or is it like my YouTube messed up? Bad time a month. Wish I could donate more. No, dude, that's five quid I didn't have prior. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Frank, this isn't meant for self-promotion. If anyone needs to chat, I have links to my Discord or video description. Hey, okay. Wow, my grandpa served in Vietnam as a airplane mechanic and was able to come back. Do you ever feel that your civilian life looks unimportant or less valuable after high stress? Oh man, Captain Price, that is a great question. Yeesh. Oh my God, what? Hold on, hold that thought. I'm doing a thing. We're gonna start doing this. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna do this. That is massive text. That is way too big. Okay, so just never mind. We're gonna scrap that whole idea. I tried, guys. Where's the image? The text? We're just gonna. We tried. That's a great question. Oh my God. How was the attempt to ban the printing file for you? Well, that's for another video. That's for a different video. Joining the Navy over here. Congrats, Ducky. One of my closest friends is a powerlifting coach. He's a veteran and former para now. Ooh, we talk freely and as freely as you can. I value our friendship immensely. I'm in Australia and just lost my dad. Definitely need to reach out to the people who are close to you, and you also find out who your real friends are. Yeah, unfortunately, man, that last statement is true. I am very sorry you lost your dad. That's not. It's not easy. I lost mine in 2019. I don't know how long. I don't know how long you've been following me. You could have just popped into the stream today. But yeah, I lost my dad in 2019, and it's weird. It's still weird. It's still weird not being able to call him and just chat. You know. So real quick, I want to address that question that Captain Price, Call of Duty reference, I'm assuming, asked. I'm trying to click on it and it keeps like giving me a menu and I don't want that. Stop it. Stop it. There it goes. Do you ever feel that your civilian life looks unimportant or less valuable after the high stress and quick lifestyle? Yes. All the time. All the time. When I start feeling stressed in this job, I actually use that as a little bit of a pulse check or reality check. Like, hey man, you get to wake up every day, film videos, post them on the internet, and make a living. It could be worse. Now, that is not to diminish or mitigate the stressors I have in this career and lifestyle, right? Like, if I don't work, I don't make money. If I don't put out content, if I don't do sponsorships, if I don't grind to do this, nobody's paying me. I don't make money. I'm not getting ad revenue, Google AdSense revenue, sponsorships, blah, blah. It doesn't happen. No one's knocking on my door anymore being like, hey man, time to make a video, get up. We're in the military, yeah, you go in, do your 9 to 5 or hours, whatever. You have a job to do, you go and do it, you come home, you get paid, right? So it's a completely different mindset. So yeah, there are absolutely times where I feel inadequate's not the word, where I feel goofy, silly sometimes, especially when talking to people who are still in like serious professions and jobs. But then at the same time, I do know I am helping people. I am encouraging STEM or STEAM. I am encouraging arts. I am encouraging engineering and being in creativity, right? We need to encourage creativity. So by teaching somebody how to make an Iron Man helmet with a 3D printer and learn to paint and do electronics and do all of that stuff, whether it be a young age or an old age, I am teaching them a new skill they can now apply to their life. The way I look at it is the earlier I can get kids into this type of stuff, now that is something they can take to school with them. It is something like, oh, if I'm going to an engineering class, well, I know I can make, I can build it out of wood, I can build it out of metal, I can use CNCs. Oh, I can also use 3D printers. And they learned about 3D printers because of my videos. So I think there is a big trickle out effect that I have come to really appreciate and value, because I can trick people into learning. That's the best way I think I can put it. I can trick kids into learning skills they otherwise wouldn't have researched by themselves, right? How many people, and you know what, maybe you guys aren't the chat to ask because you're all a bunch of nerds, freaking nerds. How many of you are just Googling Arduino, how to use an Arduino, how to code, how to program? You guys might be because you watch my stuff, but like a kid's not going to go and do that out of like for funsies. But if we like, hey, you can learn to make an Iron Man helmet or a costume or a prop or something cool, and you sneak in coding, it's just masking it. It's like, oh wow, if you learn coding, you can then do this cool thing. And it's just adding tools to their tool belt, right? So as they get older, as you start to expand or explore, things become easier, or you know about this technology now. You have a better understanding of this technology to then apply in whatever application you need, right? Whether it be aerospace, medical, agricultural, automotive, just making things for around the house, you know, like it all just adds and compounds. Looking into, oh, I scrolled up way too far. What was your favorite MRE? The Chili Mac. Yeah. I lost my mom at 12 and dad in 2018. I'm very sorry to hear that. Creating with yeah, okay. Depression is tough on content. Yeah. Quick question, F-15 or F-22 is to work on. I've never worked on an F-22. I've always wanted to. They have the Pratt & Whitney 119. That engine is beautiful, way better than the Pratt & Whitney 220s and 229s. Never got a chance to work on it. I hear they're better, but yeah. So, aloha from Hawaii. Well, everyone, please smash that like button. Thank you, Clayton. Thank you for the plug. I appreciate that. A lot of talking. Frank, not sure if my brain is freaking out or not, but there is periodic flashes across the screen. Is anybody getting periodic flashes across the screen? Are we good? Is it on the stream side of YouTube? Everything seems good. Saw a Mark over TED Talk that brought up the same thing. He called it the Super Mario effect because he used Mario as an example. Anything could probably be sneaking into learning. It's a very good point. I had a feeling you were going to say Chili Mac. Hey, it's really good. Well, I guess we're along those. So what is the difference between Gundam models and scale modeling besides the realism? I don't know. Gundam models are just little model kits you buy and build. Nope, all good. Yeah, I think it's just you, bud. Hopefully you're not. Yeah. Macro was created to encourage children to get into 3D modeling and printing through combat robots. That's really awesome. Okay. Wow. I did not know that. So I need to share a story. It's part of the stream. It's part of the experience. Yeah. So do you smell burnt toast? Real quick, I feel like is there an X2D video coming? No, there isn't. It wasn't special enough. It's just a smaller H2D. That's it. Hey Archie, ask me that in like 5 or 10 minutes because I need to do a sponsored thing. Yeah, that's a great question. My God. Yeah. Wow. You guys, this is so good. This is the interaction I wanted, and I knew that you guys would bring. So, on a Tuesday at 5 p.m. Yeesh. I know I'm going to get some comments later and probably on Instagram. Well, what about Pacific? What about Pacific? Sorry you were at your job making money. Yeah. So, if you are a veteran, you know, is struggling, don't wait, reach out. Explore resources at tinyurl.com/franklybuiltreach. I'm actually going to go ahead and even though we have this here, I'm going to put another text thing and I'm just going to leave it there. I don't know if they'll be mad about that. I think they'll actually appreciate that. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. That is huge. We're going to do Comic Sans because I just find it funny. So we're going to do that. All right? Yep. We're going to do that. This. They gave me my own URL, guys. Oh, did I just flip? What just happened? How did I do that? We're doing it live. I should have went in the studio mode so you guys couldn't see any of this, but you know what? We're here. And yeah, no, maybe down here. We do a little bit smaller, like that. How's that? Can we live with that? We can live with that. Right there, right? Just simple and unassuming. So that's the link. It's also in the pinned comment. It's also down in the description. So we are talking about mental health here, guys. We are talking about outreach resources and things that the VA offer because like I said, we need to talk about it. And THS font. Mini game to try and catch the link. Yeah, right. All right. Hey, get it, guys. What's over here? Yeah, just move it around. Everyone's just like smashing their screen. I'm not responsible if you break your phone at all, not even remotely. So, yeah. Let's go over here. And to better clarify, this va.gov/reach, it's not just for the really heavy, serious talking points of mental health. They also have tons of resources for things, just general family stressors. They have things for financial stressors. If you need help with other aspects or facets of your life, it's not all the heavy topics. If you just need some type of help in general, definitely go and check out the link, because there might be something there that you're like, oh, I didn't know I could actually just talk to somebody about that, or if those resources existed, right? The VA has tons of resources that a lot of people don't know about, and that's why things like this exist, so I can at least encourage you guys or help share them with you guys. And yeah, so definitely please, if you or somebody you know need some help, right there, right? It's mirrored, sorry. I'm over here, because if I go here on the camera, then yeah, it's fine. You get it. You guys have seen my live streams before. It's always a mess. Yeah. So I wanted to, because some people have already kind of talked about losing their father or losing their parental units. Doesn't always need to be blood, you know, whether it be guardians, adoption, all that fun stuff. A parent is a title you give somebody, really, right? So for those of you that don't know, I think most of you kind of do, but in 2019, right as I was starting my like YouTube career, can't even call it a career, just posting videos on YouTube, I lost my dad. I can literally give you the timelines of, like, I went to MCM London Comic Con in May of 2019, and then Avengers Endgame came out like June 2019, and I was like, I need to make that suit. I need to make that suit. That suit. Got a 3D printer sometime, I think in July, and that's when I started posting videos. I had already had a couple YouTube videos up, and the first video, and you know what, that actually, well, that made me sad. Maya's actually in that first 3D printing video. And I started posting on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm going to make this thing. And I started learning how to use the 3D printer and blah, 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 blah. And then I had just recently started rebuilding my relationship with my father. We did not get along when I was a kid. He was not the best person sometimes. So in adult years, 20s and stuff, obviously, I was able to, I was overseas, I was away, you know, we started to rebuild that relationship. And we had a little bit of a common ground, bonding, because he is the reason I got into Iron Man and got interested in comics and like the whole MCU kind of thing. Because he had grown up with the comics, and when like the first Iron Man movie came out, he dragged me to see it, even though I had zero interest in it. I didn't care at all. And then obviously I made it my whole personality eventually, and it was cool to like start. He didn't understand it. We're on the phone, right? We're just talking about stuff, and we're talking about, oh, I'm 3D printing. He's like, what's that? So I'm trying to explain it to my like 50-year-old dad over the phone while he's in Florida. And it was tough to lose him. It was tough to, oh, I can't show him this stuff now. I can't have him be a part of this and be excited about this type of stuff. And that was, I almost packed it up. I'll never forget, it was when the Iron Man suit was all white. It was when some of you might have even seen that photo. And it was in my spare room in my house in England, and I had like the two printers, the one with the dunce cap. I still have that dunce cap. It's back there actually. And one of the printers, the whole room was like just budding. It was like the first couple videos, guys. It was real early on. And I remember walking into that room, and it was a few weeks after. Like it had been. I want to say it was early December. We lost him October 5th or 6th. It was like December. I walked in that room, and I was just sad. I was just like, this sucks. Like I almost packed it up. I was like, I don't want to finish this thing because it just reminds me of him. It reminds me of I'll never be able to share this with him. I'll never be able to show it off to him. I'll never be able, like, it just all kind of compounded. And I was just like, yo, this sucks. I was not in a good space. And it was this weird it was this weird wave. It wasn't linear. And that's the one thing I've learned about loss and trauma and stress and hardships like that. Healing is not linear. You're not guaranteed to be better one day than you were the previous. Like, oh, I was 100% sad yesterday, and now I'm 99% sad today. It does not work like that at all. Some people it does. Some people, they can get over things, and that's just, everybody's different, right? But, you know, there were times where I felt fine. I'd go days or weeks, and I'm like sick. And then one day I'd wake up and just be like, oh, he's gone. Yeah, that hurts. So I had to go talk to somebody because it was just such a complicated relationship that, like, I just didn't know how to process it. I'm like, why am I this sad when for most of my life, I didn't really even like the guy, you know? It was weird, and that was still active duty at the time. So I had resources on base to talk to counselors. It's a super generic name, so I don't think it's violating anything to say her name, but one of my counselors, her name was Jenna. Incredible, absolutely incredible on unpacking and just helping me navigate just things I never even considered or thought about on why I was feeling certain ways. And I was, up until that point, that was really one of my first dips into some type of therapy or talking to a stranger about my life and my emotions and my feelings. Like, it definitely was a little, but it helped. It helped so much, because what I did come to like is there were zero biases. It wasn't somebody in my life who knew my dad or knew me. It was just completely unbiased, and I was able to tell her all the important stuff, and she could look at it objectively, not subjectively, right? It literally just changed my trajectory for healing and being able to process a lot of that. And it wasn't a cure-all. It wasn't a simple, you're fixed. That's not how any of this works. But it was so, it helped. I really wish I could quantify the feelings, but I just remember just being more relieved to be able to talk to somebody and say things that I couldn't have said to anybody else, if that makes sense. Please hold, guys. My manager is texting me. Cool. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, let's get caught back up on chat. And if you guys are, let's see, I want to get caught back up. I appreciate you guys saying, you know, it was, wow, 7 years ago. It goes in tandem, right? It's like, because it happened, like I said, right as I started this 3D printing journey and all of that, while I was overseas with the Air Force. And so when I think back to, like, when I got started doing this, and also when I got started, that's when I lost him. This started and I lost him. So they kind of share very similar timelines and trajectories. And I have a photo of him on my mantle, and I'll still look at it and, you know, just think about that. And it feels like only a couple of days ago I was having a conversation with him. So it's weird what certain memories really implant and stick there. But yeah, it definitely wasn't a linear process, you know? Cool. Let's see. I have to run though. Thank you for getting me in the need, everyone. Hey, take care, man. Hey, just came to the stream. I never knew that you were a veteran. Where did you go when you were active? Mr. Anton, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining up in the stream. I appreciate that. I was active duty Air Force for 10 years. I was over in Okinawa, Japan at Kadena Air Base for 4 years. And then I was in RAF Lakenheath in England for 4.5 years. And then my final active duty station was here in North Carolina, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, where I'm also still in the Air Force Reserves. I'm a traditional reservist, a weekend warrior, if you will. Talking about mental health, I look up to you as a veteran, and oh, thank you. Hey, no problem. Sometimes healing from that is more like waves and ripples and slow even over time, but you can get disturbed now. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Right, things will calm down, and then some random thing will just flick a rock into it, right? And then there's a new wave, and you're like, why did that make me upset? You know, but the human mind and emotions are incredibly complex. So one thing that might activate a memory or trigger a memory in me might seem almost silly to somebody else, right? But you can't relate the two. What brings back a memory in one person might just be foreign to somebody else. Hi Frank, what you said about your videos is so true. I started watching your videos and got into 3D printing, now studying engineering and designing for my own CPU. That's sick. How are you doing since your dog? I'm doing all right. I miss her. Yeah. As you said that, Blue started walking. Where is I hear him. Okay, yep. Dog break. Blue, come here. Come here. Come here. Doggo break. We're taking a... Hi, handsome. Come here. No, just right there. Hi, Bubby. Hi, Bub. Hi, Bubby. Okay. Yep. Hi. Hi. How are you doing? Huh? I know it's hot in here. I know. Yep, my AC caught on fire. Yep, I know. It sucks. Hi, buddy. Dog. Oh, so much fur. My beard's at like the point where it's like Velcro, so his fur just sticks. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Dog break. He's just happy to be here. Yep. Got to do a little bit of a thing real fast. Actually, I don't know how to do that. Please hold. That. Okay, got it. Cool. And we're back in here. So yeah. Let's see. Being in the Air Force Fire Department service, call it a crash team in military service. It's still not something that simply smell could trigger it. Hey, Blue. Yeah. Back to the question about being most stressful stage of getting into content creation. You have helped me, mate, over the past year. Sort of 3D printing. Check out the Ed Lally Foundation. My bro runs this nonprofit. He visits schools in his bands, discussing mental health with him. Oh, that's okay. I might have to look into that, my guy. Archie. I got to scroll up a little bit because I want your actual question. Sometimes Archie, armor, galactic gameplay. What stage of content creation do you think was the most stressful? Like nowadays, right when you started or started taking it more seriously? Let's see. That's tough. So it was like the universe was trying to tell me not to get out of the military because I was coming up. At first, all the stars were aligning. Everything was like, okay, me and my ex tried to stay overseas in England. Didn't work out. We ended up getting stationed here in North Carolina. Okay. YouTube and everything, content creation, it was taking off. I was starting to make as much money doing social media as I was in the military. It's like, okay, well, I can do this full time or I can do this full time or like military. So like, it was like, it would be a pipe dream. It was a once in a lifetime pipe dream to try this as a career. I'm back in the States. I was coming up on the end of my 10-year contract because I did a 6-year contract and extended for 4 years. So technically it was a 10-year contract. Contract's coming up to an end. Social media is doing pretty well. I love this. Like it's good. Like everything was comfortable and stable. And it was like a month before I had to sign my like separation paperwork. Like, hey, this is your choice. You're not re-enlisting. You're getting out. And it was like a month before that, my whole YouTube got flagged, demonetized, and shut down. You want to talk about a sign from like the universe? Like, hey man, maybe you should stay in the military. It was because a bot on YouTube flagged my content as being reused. It saw that my content was posted on TikTok, and it thought I was stealing TikToks and reposting them on my YouTube. I had to literally film a video of me talking, of like, hey, I'm Frank, I'm real, blah, 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 upload it to YouTube as a private video and send it to like a special, like, not a tribunal, but a council, like a review team on YouTube to watch it. And it was like 5 or 6 days of, am I going to get my YouTube monetization back? That was scary. That was probably the most scary thing, because I'm like, if this doesn't come back, like it could just, wow. Like I was panicking. Yeah. Every day is a little stressful because every day is a little different. If I need to let him outside real quick, and you guys, I actually, wireless mics. We can still talk. Hi, Blue. Hi, we're going to go outside? Come on, let's go. Yep. Good job. Oh, it is so hot out. Wow. Wowzer, Batman. Sorry about that, guys. When the husky needs to go, he needs to go. So, how do you like it in NC? I love it here. It is, I love the weather here. It's not Florida hot, but I also don't really like the cold, and I couldn't afford New Jersey even if I wanted to. I do miss Long Beach Island and Manahawkin. I do miss that area of the Jersey Shore, but like this is perfect, and I made such amazing friends here. I love the weather. It's like close enough to New York and Florida because there's a lot of cons on the East Coast, so it works out. It works out. Yeah, how do you do? Hey man, I just wanted to know that you had a huge impact on my life. When I was on the lowest, I found your vids, which inspired me to cosplay. Oh, parallel. Yay, you're very welcome. I love hearing things like that. I do. It's cool when like, it's cool when you know you helped, right? Like that's, there are trolls and annoying comments out there, and trust me, they take their toll. But they say like, oh, one troll or one negative comment overshadows 100 good ones. Bull. Nope. Give me all of that all day, right there. Whatever you just said, it makes it worth it. Period. And honestly, I like messing with the trolls, as you guys know. But that's for another stream. I can't thank you enough. I just wanted you to know this. I can't. Hey, I really do. Where'd you get your chair from? I'm jealous of it. It's from Anda Seat. I need a new chair. This thing's old. This thing's like 5 or 6 years old. Good quality though. 97 currently in Raleigh. Yeah, it's hot. It's very hot out here. I don't know how hot it is right now. Are you going to Tampa Bay Con? I am not. Are you coming to 3D Printopia again? I don't think so. The one in Philly, I don't think I'll be able to make that. How much longer are you going to be live for? Just joining. Another hour. We're going till about 7. So yeah, we are chilling. We're talking about it. We're talking about it all. So, yep. I'm waiting to hear the door open, knowing because when Blue comes back inside, he opens the door, but it doesn't auto close. So I got to make sure I go and close that. Or I'm gonna lose all the AC in my house. Am I going to Dragon Con this year? I'm trying. Thank you for your service, Frank. You really got me into 3D printing, and now my house is filled with 3D prints. Can't be me, man. I bought all this stuff I bought on Etsy. Yeah. So that's tough. For those of you just joining, we are talking about va.gov/reach. They are a massive resource for veterans and people looking for resources. If you are struggling with some type of mental health, if you're struggling with finances, if you are for things with relationships, with health issues, anything, if you're looking for resources for some type of help, no matter how big or small you think it is, please, va.gov/reach, or you can use my cool little tiny URL link down here, tinyurl.com/franklybuiltreach. It'll bring you to the same place. So definitely, if you're looking for resources, please, I encourage you to go and check both of those out. He's back. He's back. I gotta go close the door. He's back. Oh my God. Hi, Blue. Oh my God, it's so hot out. How are you wearing a fur coat? Forever. Yeesh. It'd be funny if I just fell and you guys just heard like noise. So what do we got? 99? Hey, almost 100. Wow. I got to live stream on YouTube more. I miss this. I miss talking to you guys. I'm trying to get back into streaming on Twitch, but I just like YouTube live streams more. I don't know why. They feel more professional. Is that weird to say? Anybody understand what I'm talking about? Sadly, the classroom have summoned me, but it's been fun. Thanks for the huge inspiration. I'm also at NCSU, and yes, it's blazing hot. Yeah, it sucks out. Fayetteville 107. What? Have you went to San Diego? I've been to San Diego Comic-Con twice. I will never go again unless I'm invited and it's paid for, because I personally didn't think it was worth it. GalaxyCon Raleigh is the same weekend, and I'd rather go to that because it's closer. How can I scale my helmet for non-uniform heads? Like, my head is very wide, it'll just fit. That is a very complicated answer that I cannot answer here. Those are forever clothes. Otherwise, Centauri Carbon Max, I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's talk about, do you still create full-time? Yeah, this is still my full job. That's it. I would be, it'd be rough to go back to a 9-to-5. I could do it, like, if I really needed to. I don't want to do content creation full-time. I don't want to be in my 50s making YouTube videos. So there's a lot of back-end stuff I definitely could eventually go to, I think. I could go into, like, behind-the-scenes prop making. I could run a 3D print farm. I could go into aviation. I'd go work at Best Buy, you know? Like, there's jobs out there. I'm not worried about it. There's money to be made. People just need to be willing to go make it. So, love your content, Frank, and appreciate your openness and bringing attention to mental health. You are absolutely welcome. Them's my friends. Them's my homies and friends, and I want to always make sure that they are taken care of as well. I still have a very close relationship. So, being a traditional reservist, I'm in the exact same job I was active duty. I'm in the same shop. I'm in the shop I used to run. Like, I have people who I work with at Seymour Johnson who I see, because we're weekend warriors, but sometimes we're not there Saturday, Sunday. We're sometimes there Friday, Saturday. So we work with the active duty engine troops in the shop. So I still get to see a lot of people I was stationed with or active duty with, and we still catch up. We still talk. We still hang out. They're local. They're close. And I try to treat them the same way I did when I was active duty. Like, I still talk to them. I still check up on them. I still ask them how they're doing. Some of them still reach out to me like I'm still their boss or supervisor. And that matters to me. It's like that one of the hardest things about getting out of active duty was leaving my guys behind. Was leaving my crew, my friends, was leaving them to somebody else. That's not to say somebody else wasn't qualified to take care of them or supervise them, but I had such a good relationship with, like, the crews I've ran that it was on the list of cons of getting out. It was on the list of, I won't be around for these guys as much anymore. I won't be able to push and fight for them. I won't be able to cover for them or help them or see them every day or talk to them every day. And that was literally a consideration on, maybe I should stay in. Maybe I can make some type of difference for them and stay here. And honestly, really thinking about it now, that was probably the number one reason I didn't want to get out. Yeah, actually. You learn something new every day. You're not doing 3D printing anymore? I'm not? Said who? If you wanted to print farm, what would you print? If you wanted to print farm, what would you print? I would support you no matter what you do, man. I'd like to meet again and hang out a little more. Hey, buddy. Oh, Jared, what's up, bud? Superman Fit, everybody. One of the coolest cosplayers I know. And yeah. How's the married life, my guy? How's Sarah? How's everybody doing? Your cosplay journey has been truly amazing. Seeing Starbucks come together inspired me to take the big project and led to the 501st Legion to pursue. Hey, congratulations, Brian! Brian did something. Brian finally did something. You lazy. That's awesome. Great name, by the way. Your name's like Steve or something. It's not Brian. Look at the site right now. They got career paths and other option jobs when content creation stops working for us. Kenny, now we got everybody here, man. We got Kenny as well. Gee, okay. Hey, guys, what's up? My wife and I love your content. I've shown your page to tons of people. My wife isn't even in 3D printing, and she enjoys watching your videos with me. Shane, that's really, thank you. Can you tell your wife that she is not allowed to get mad at me when you guys file for bankruptcy because you spent too much money on 3D printers? There's somewhere in one of my videos, there's a legal disclosure. By watching this video, you agree. It's in there somewhere. I cannot be held liable. Sorry about your bankruptcy. Quick question. How would you go about making the Needler Spartan armor? No idea. Wanted to say thank you for your content. I've learned about very quickly about 3D printing, going to cosplay, and dragged a buddy into it, and we're making multiple builds. Hey, I'm making multiple builds right now too. I just doing much worse at it. Much better the second time around, even though she's still gone for another month. Yeah, second time's a charm. I'll let you know how mine goes. Good seeing you. Good seeing you leave, Frank. If you're back in the UK doing overseas stuff, up in Scotland, Prestwick Airport, and you and the team are welcome. Hey, all right. Well, if I ever find myself in Prestwick, I will let you guys know. I don't foresee myself there, but you never know. I've ended up in places that I never thought I'd be, so I wouldn't put it past me. I'm a Brian. He is a Brian. Oh, that's a different Brian. That's funny. Any interest in Infamect MX? I don't know what that is. I'll let her know. Working on the life-size Mewtwo and Dr. Doom suit. 3D printing with Will. Hey, Will, if that's your name. Where would you be able to answer? Can I email you? I'm the one on the non-uniform scale question. I have scaling helmet videos. You kind of just need to watch those and learn how scaling works. If you want to non-uniform scale the helmet, just non-uniform scale it. So watch my scaling helmet and scaling armor videos. They should help. Any tips for cosplay content creators for 3D printing? Lots. That's a very vague question. Post videos. I like your build videos. Thank you, Weirdly Built Props. Your name seems familiar. Let's see, gotta go over here. We're at 6:02. Please hold. I have to. Oh, wow. Whoop. That's screaming. Sorry. How's that audio, guys? I accidentally moved my mixer, so I'm going to test. This is a test, talking. Blah, 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 blah. Is this too loud? Is this too quiet? We good? Yeah. Mystery Maker's a software now for adjusting and scaling home. Oh, that's really awesome. A bit of a long shot question for you. Would you ever consider coming to South Africa for Comic-Con Africa? And yes, my name is Brian. I would love to. I will go to any con that invites me. Schedule pending, right? Like I got invited to that con in Oklahoma City. I got invited to Planet Comic-Con in Kansas. Like I love going to these things, but financially there either needs to be a wash or an incentive, right? If cons will fly me out, like I just got invited to Coastal Carolina Con and they're paying for my gas in a hotel. Let's do it. Like here's a booth, here's a hotel, come to our con. I will gladly do that. I love that. It's an excuse to come and go and visit places and experience new Comic-Cons. 100%. I've been trying to get invited back to the Okinawa Comic-Con at the MCCS OkiCon. I was there for the first and second year that ever went on, and I would love to get invited back to that, but I think it just fell through. They reached out once, and I never heard from them again. But I would love to go do stuff like that. I love going to cons and teaching people and bringing props and just yapping about 3D printing. Yeah. So if that's in the realm of possibilities, I got invited to the Oklahoma City. I got invited to that Comic-Con because people, I guess they put out a poll. They're like, hey, who do you want to see at our con? And enough people put in my name, and they reached out to me. They're like, hey, can we do this? And we made it happen. So yeah, I love that stuff. I can do panels, booths, talks, live demos, workshops. I can do a backflip, whatever you guys want. Thanks a lot, dude. What was thinking I was worried about? Looking at you're a big inspiration and the whole reason to start 3D printing. I'm currently making a Blue Beetle suit. Please send me photos on Instagram of your Blue Beetle suit when it is done. That is sick. I scrapped my Blue Beetle thing. Yeah. Sir Julius Cosplay kind of beat me out on that one. He beat everybody out on that one. It's not even worth the attempt. And if you don't follow Sir Julius Cosplay, go look at his Blue Beetle on Instagram because you're going to be like, oh, that. And then you're going to build it. Like, I just went other places, but you can absolutely make one. What's your next con? I believe Dragon Con. I'm trying. I'm still, it's still tentative. If it's not Dragon Con, it's going to be September, right? No, that's Carolina. Yeah, it would be Dragon Con in the beginning of September. If not, Coastal Carolina Con in Myrtle Beach, September 26th and 27th. Are you going to stream on Twitch tonight? No, sir. When I'm done streaming here, that's it, because I need to film this video for Morpho. So, yeah. Jersey Style, what's up? I don't know who you are, but hi. I will do everything I can to get you to Comic-Con Africa. You've inspired a small Iron Legion here. Oh! Let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or kick me an email. I would love to. That'd be amazing. I've never visited anywhere in Africa, actually. I tried to go to Egypt when I was over in England, but there was a lot of security clearance requirements because apparently certain parts of Egypt, yeah. So I would love to go. Stephen John Howard, the guy who plays Mihawk live action actor. What is his name? Stephen John Howard. he lives down there. And I would love to be in his neck of the woods and I could say hi and bug him at a con. Are you retired from Twitch? No. I started to try to get back into Twitch streaming. I hadn't streamed in like 2 years. We've been ripping One Piece and Magic the Gathering packs on stream on Twitch. That's something I wanted to talk about too. Hobbies and ways to pass the time, right? Because if you did serve, you have this community and camaraderie, you have these friends around you, you have this family around you, right? And then you're out. What do you do? Get a hobby. I know that's like the silliest thing to say, but get a hobby. Find a hobby. Find a community. One Piece cards have been so much fun for me to start collecting and opening packs and trading and going to events and conventions that are just trading card conventions. And we were having a lot of fun on stream opening packs and trying, you guys were watching when I pulled that $700 BOA card. That was incredible. Gaming, prop building, people in the 3D printing community. There are 3D printing swap meetups at certain shops. There are maker spaces, right? There's a maker space here in the town I live in that I've done volunteer events at, which has been really awesome. I just remembered I got to text him back actually. Oops, I think I screened his text. Oops, my bad. Darby, if you're watching this, sorry. I will text you back ASAP. So yeah, find a little hobby, and whether it's playing card games, Magic the Gathering, 3D printing, props, Comic-Cons and conventions. My God, if you guys want to make friends, go to a Comic-Con. Go to a Comic-Con as a character you just like being dressed up as, right? And somebody will recognize it. Somebody will comment on it. Somebody, if you're there's no way anybody's going to remember this weird side background character from The Fifth Element, blah, 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 in this scene, wear that to a con. You'd be very surprised, especially Dragon Con. Oh my God. 3D printing because I love your content and making videos on YouTube because it changed my life. Oh, okay. You're doing a good thing here, kid. Scene and Cheese. Sean and Cheese? Scene and Cheese? I appreciate that. That's why I started my YouTube channel. I needed a distraction hobby, and it's because of your channel. Hey. Do you like or collect Legos? I do like Legos. I actually have a whole, in the little offset room over there, I actually have 6 or 7 of the Lego botanical kits I still need to build because I think they're just beautiful. I like Lego kits that don't look like Legos. I like there's a Polaroid camera Lego kit. There's a Super Nintendo Lego kit. there's a a retro radio Lego kit, and I have them decorated, like they're decorations in my house, and they look convincing enough where people are like, oh, that's a cool Super Nintendo. I'm like, it's Lego. So yeah, I like that stuff. And do that. Get a hobby. Find community. I think the internet and social media has done a lot to connect us. You can join Discords, you can join raids, you can play Pokemon Go, you can stream, you can do so much to find your tribe nowadays. And you'd be very surprised with how distracting, in a good way, things like that can be. And just finding like-minded people. It's invaluable. I wish everybody could have that type of connection that I've been able to make with like my 3D printing and cosplay friends, right? And it's a real special thing that I never ever take for granted. Thanks from Brazil. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Your projects are amazing. I don't know, but your videos always help me. Hey, you're very welcome. That's really awesome. How has 3D printing as a hobby changed for you as your social media presence has grown? How has that changed, impacted your mental health and your experience on the hobby? Whoo! Dang, Brian. The real questions. How has 3D printing as a hobby changed for you as your social media presence has grown? It's a job now, right? It used to be the hobby. It was like, oh, it was cool to like get a printer, right? Get a free printer. Because I had the job, right? I had the military job. I was Air Force. I had a good steady paycheck. That's fine. So like getting a free printer or some free filament, that was dope. That was send it my way. Now it's my job, and I can't take everything for free, right? I can't just take every free printer that's offered because there's not enough time in the day to make videos on that, and those videos and those printers might not pay the bills. So it's definitely shifted in what I have to say yes to. I say no to more things than I say yes to because I need to balance my own mental health. There was a while where I was taking on so many projects, I had no social life. I was bad. I was working 7 days a week, wake up, work, film, build, blah, blah, blah. I lost friendships. I lost relationships. A lot of aspects of my life suffered because of it, because I couldn't find that. I had such a good work-life balance at one point, and then it just disintegrated. Don't know why, and I realized that. I'm like, I have to make a change. So I definitely needed to make that adjustment, and it was tricky. It was tricky for sure to realize what had happened, because I just gotten so lost in the sauce, I guess, of it. And I wouldn't say it's changed because of the social media presence. I'm not blind to the social media presence I have in terms of 3D printing. There are people out there who 3D print who have never heard of me, absolutely. But then there are those who have, and I definitely know I have had some impact or effect on certain things. And it's been interesting. It's been cool. I try to stay as grounded as possible with it, because like I remind myself every day that this could all just disappear tomorrow, right? Like, what if my channel disappears or gets demonetized, or I don't even want to name all the bad things that can happen because I don't want to will them into existence. Bad things can happen, and this can all disappear tomorrow. And I know that. So I am grateful for every day. I am just a guy on the internet. There are plenty of people doing the exact same thing I am. I'm just louder about it. That's it. I'm louder about it, and I've been doing it longer. Like when I'm talking to somebody about making an Iron Man helmet, and I'm like, oh, like, look at this thing. It's, you know, I'm proud of it. This came out great. And they're like, oh, I could never do that. Bull. BS. Lies. The only difference between me and you is I've been doing it for 7 years. This is lessons. That's all this is. It's mistakes and lessons repeated over and over again until I found something that worked. That's it. Are you going to get into 3D printing and painting and do this tomorrow? Probably not. If you do, my God, make a YouTube channel about it, please. But that's it. I've just been doing it longer. So, yeah. If I had a mic, I'd drop it. And how has change impacted your mental health and your experiences in the hobby? My mental health has been up and down for sure. And Even after being out, now I would love to pose this question to anybody in the chat, actually, because I never actually know how to answer. Am I a veteran? I have a DD-214. I separated from active duty. I was active duty October 9th, 2012 to October 9th, 2022. 10 years exactly. October 10th, 2022, I started the reserves. 0 break in service immediately. I have a 214, but I don't have a veteran card because I didn't need one because I still have my military ID because I'm a reservist. So I'm a TR, traditional reservist. I have a CAT card. I have a military ID, but I have a 214. Basically, what I'm asking is, can I park in the veteran spot at Lowe's? That's all I care about. Yeah. Am I a veteran? If somebody asks me, am I a veteran? Do I say yes? I genuinely don't know sometimes. I'm like, I served, I got out, but I'm still in. I don't know what to say. Yeah, right? Like I am. I'm a vet, but I'm still in the reserves. I just want that premium parking at Lowe's, guys. That's the only reason I did 10 years. I'm a veteran with the military ID, DD4, and yes, you are a vet. Yeah, okay. If anybody from Ad Council wants to answer either here in the text, that's totally up to you guys. As a Lowe's veteran, I'll give you a pass. Oh yeah, did you work there? Am I crazy? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's that time again, guys. Sponsored ad break. Yes. If you are a veteran, you know is struggling, don't wait, reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach or tinyurl.com/franklybuiltreach. This will bring you to a really awesome website, the va.gov/reach website, where there are tons of resources. If you are struggling with mental health, family issues, health issues, financial issues, there are a ton of assets and resources there for you to have access to. So it's definitely worth the click and checking it out because you might see something that you never even thought you had resources for. So I please encourage you guys to go check that out because mental health is health and you guys do not need to do it alone. So please don't. Phil's saying you're a vet. Airports will tell you you're active duty and still get on the plane then, right? Technically, after the first enlistment, you're a vet because you discharged before you re-enlist. I never re-enlisted. Well, I re-enlisted in the reserves. Yeah. If I do, I'm getting a car. At what point in your content creation journey did you see that you started to take off? That's a great question. I want to say when my TikTok broke like 1 million followers, I was like, this is getting kind of serious. It was like a little incremental bumps. It was like boop, the jump, another viral, another thing, another. It wasn't just a straight up like, oh my god, I can retire now or whatever. It was gradual. It was definitely a gradual thing. And then you kind of look back and you're like, oh my god, wait, what? What happened? Oh yeah, you worked in the lumber department. That was it. Does Bamboo Labs ever do giveaways for veterans? No, but I do giveaways. And in a respectful way, I don't care if you're a veteran, you still have a chance to win. It would be too limiting for me to do a giveaway just for veterans. I'd have to, there is a portion of my audience, obviously, who are veterans, and that's kind of what this is for. But it would be too exclusive to do a giveaway just for vets, right? All inclusive. Yeah. I just joined and want to know what you are a vet of. I was in the Air Force for 10 years, and I'm still in the Air Force Reserves. Mental health after you found out you can't wear Iron Man suits anymore. I will be sad. I will be sad. Thank you for the sincere answers. I really appreciate it. I don't know exactly how veteran status works in the U.S., but you definitely count as a veteran in my books. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brian. I really. Do you still use your E5M? Do you... What's my E5M? Ender 5 Max? Oh no, I sold that a long time ago. Not a long time ago, I sold it. Hi. How easy was it to get into the electrical stuff with cosplays? Lights, face masks, open. I found it easy because I went to school. I went to a trade vocational school to learn how to work on cars. I grew up a car guy. I was a car nerd dude. So I went to school and I learned how to do automotive electrical wiring, audio systems, LED lighting, security systems. We learned how to do everything shy of rebuild an engine. I can customize a car in a multitude of ways. And I loved it. I loved customizing cars and working on them and stuff. Paint, vinyl, wheels, tires, lights, audio, security, little crazy features. And I was pretty good at it. So when it came to the electrical side of things, coming from 12 volt DC down to 5 volt DC, very easy. My brain just got that. So I think it was easy, but I had a bias and previous experience to it. I am very mechanically inclined naturally. Not everybody's going to have that same experience, obviously. And that's why in my videos, I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to understand that type of stuff, right? I try to make it in layman's terms that anybody can get into it and do it. I need to refresh a lot of the electrical videos. I absolutely do. I know that. A lot of them are dated. The technology's gotten a lot better, so I definitely need to go back and update some of them. We'll be doing giveaways around the holidays, printer giveaways, I promise. If you're a car guy, what's your favorite muscle car? My favorite muscle car? Like, are we talking old muscle cars? Like old Dodge Charger. I'm not really a Mopar guy, but man, those, like, honestly, the one from like the first Fast and Furious, pretty cool car. It could be hard seeing Frank as an Iron Man Prime because he is known for Star Boost. I've got to go covering such an important. You're very hey, Will, you take care. Thank you for your service. Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. I watched every one of your electronic streams afterwards. They helped me so much and showing me. Yeah, maybe that's the move. Maybe it's because it was the live streams. It was the electronics like live tutorials because this way I could answer questions and then it was saved. It was like an hour or 2 hour live stream. But they take time. They also don't have the best reach sometimes because like once a live stream ends, it kind of gets like suppressed. It doesn't have reach anymore like a normal YouTube video will in the algorithm. So sometimes tutorials that can be more tailored do better and have better searchability than live streams. But live streams are fun. They absolutely have their merits. Yeah, I'm more of an import exotic guy, but I would love a Corvette C8. It's one of my dream cars. You either love the C8s or you hate them. I love them. I love the C8s. Oh, beautiful car. How do I enter your giveaways? I don't have any giveaways going on right now. Follow my Instagram and keep an eye out on the stories, and you will stay up to date when I do have giveaways. We're going to try to do some cool ones this holiday season because Bamboo, Elegoo, Creality, Flashwords probably too. Would probably sneak a few in there. So, yep. Okay. I want to sure I'm not missing anything. We're all caught up. How is my microphone doing? Oh, you're holding in there pretty good. I got a backup right there too. Breaks up. How does a person in the service deal with a breakup with a partner as a military personnel? Atlas makes. Get out of my head. Who told you? Am I still coming to Orlando in November? Am I? What's in Orlando in November? Is that Orlando Maker Faire? I don't know if I got invited back. I'll message David about it, David Tobin. I'd love to come back to that. Orlando Maker Faire was so much fun. I'd have to see. I could kick out some emails. I kind of honestly forgot about it. The holidays, November and December are so busy for me with like videos, especially certain like end of year review videos that it just gets super busy. Yeah, Blue, it's the hottest house in the room right now, but I know you should go into the AC because it ain't in here, bud. Breakups. How does a person in the service deal with a breakup with a partner as a military person? Breakups are tough, man. Breakups are tough. As somebody who went through a very, very tough one, that's another great like point, right? Like talking to people about breakups, talking to people about, emotional, like relationship and emotional stuff where I've talked to the boys, I've talked to my guy friends and, about certain relationship things, but they're not trained professionals. And they go off of certain biases and experiences they've had in life. And yes, you can absolutely get good information, and it's good to vent, it's good to talk, it's good to have that community or that openness of being able to communicate with your friends or family. But reaching out to a professional and talking to somebody who has way more experience and a better understanding of human emotions is just so much more beneficial. And I know some people might even find it silly, like, oh, I went through a bad breakup. But like, it's not so bad I need to go talk to somebody, like go see a therapist about it. Why not? Like, if you have that outreach, if you have that resource, and that's something that's actually affecting your mental health, why wouldn't you talk to somebody about that? If you lost somebody you're close to or cared about, if a relationship had broken up or ended, why wouldn't you talk to somebody about that? It is literally affecting your mental health. And there might be resources for that. There might be a way for you to talk to somebody or help unpack it or help move on from it. I don't think that's silly at all to go and like talk to a professional about that. Because the first thing they're not going to do is make fun of you for it, like that's their job, to help you unpack and understand your emotions, whether it's losing a pet, a dog, losing somebody important. You can even have a really important friendship end. It doesn't need to be a romantic relationship. Maybe you have a lifelong friend and that ends. That can have huge ramifications on people's mental health. So like, whatever is impacting your mental health, never talk yourself out of it. I've seen people do that. Heck, I've even done that, right? Never sit there and try to talk yourself, like, it's not that big of a deal. If it is affecting you day to day, if it's upsetting you, talk to somebody about it. And maybe you do sit down and talk and you're like, after talking about it, you're like, yeah, I guess that wasn't that big of a deal. At least you went and did it, right? At least you went and talked to somebody about it. And who knows, maybe there's more to unpack there, or maybe it did hurt you more than you thought. And maybe there is some new coping mechanism or path forward that a professional could help you better understand. And yeah, never mitigate that, right? It doesn't need to be super tragic losses and huge life-changing things, but breakups can be rough. If you've already taken the ASAB and they needed sealed medical records, have you or someone you know, how long would it take for the MEPS doc? Oh, I have no idea. Cons help with mental health. I think they do. I think I get to see my friends. I get to hang out with my friends. I get to look at nerdy, cool stuff. I get to travel, eat garbage food. Thank you for all you do. You appreciate the best of you. You take care of yourself. Protect the work-life balance. I need to go. I send you a DM on Instagram from the same name. Brian, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Someone recovering from a burnout, currently rebuilding my life. What are some ways you found helpful to clear your head and keep yourself on track to avoid burnout feeling? Matt is Spider-Man. Hey, Matt, what's up? Hey, Ben. Hope you're doing well. Worst military breakups are, but they suck regardless. They do. You look leaner, looking good, man. Yeah, I've lost almost 30 pounds. I've been on a cut this summer. I feel great. Most important question: what did you tell your barber to give you the haircut, and can I get their card? Man, I go to Great Clips. He is a good barber, though. He do good. Are you going to Dragon Con? Possibly. So, wow, Sora, I like your shirt. I like it too. Thank you for the 10. Okay, thank you all of those who have, sir. Thank you. Thank you. What was the question? There was a question. Burnout, Matt. Listen. Burnout sucks. Why are you burnt out? I do not understand why some people get burned out if it's not your job, right? Cosplayers, we do this to ourselves all the time, right? Why are you so stressed about that costume? Is somebody paying you for it? Is somebody paying you for that content? If it's a job and there's monetary gain, yes, that's one thing. There should be deadlines and expectations. But if it's just for fun, let it stay just for fun. You can put that thing down. This thing is stressing you out. Walk away from it. You know what? It's not that serious if I don't have this costume done in time for that con. I can still go to that con. The amount of cons I've gone to and not dressed up at and still had a blast, who cares? Who cares? Put it down, walk away, or find a different hobby, find a different facet. I am blessed with all the options and hobbies I have access to, because if I'm getting tired about reviewing 3D printers, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of testing these stupid things. I can then go and build something. I want to build this helmet. I can build a Gundam helmet, an Iron Man helmet, a Halo Master Chief. I can print Pokemon. I'm really tired of building. I'm sick of painting. I can go 3D print stuff. I can go play One Piece cards. I can go play video games. I can go have other things you can enjoy and different areas you can move around, because for me at least, my hyperfixation kind of moves and drifts around, and I have different things I can latch onto. I'm not just obsessed with one specific thing, or I don't just enjoy one specific thing. The thing that's burning you out, just put it to the side. Let it smolder over there for a little bit and try to find and do something else for a little. That's how I avoid it. I know someone that's going to Dragon. Hi, I'm curious. Lexi. Chris from Bill and support months to go. Oh, okay. They did that. It was Open Source had me absolutely cooked burnout wise. I need to go to the con. I've never been to one. Can you print Doctor Doom as well? Probably. Banished. Open Source was exhausting. I had fun though. Open Source was fun. They need to change a lot, and yeah, Open Source was fun. Breaking cosplay at the con and no fixed supplies. It happens. I've done it. Man, I'm just sick of sanding. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Have you ever had someone recognize you when you went to the store? Yeah, it's happened. It's happened at Lowe's a few times. It's happened at Wawa. It's happened at airports. Happened at a bar in town. Happened at the gym. I forgot about the gym. Yeah, it's happened a few times. Is North Carolina hot outside? Yeah, it is. You ever get your hands on those nice ODST Pro visors from Jack Darby printing the helmet? No, I made my own, but they are sick and I think worth it, especially if you don't have a vacuum former. They're 100% worth it. So, yeah, no, I ended up in a creative marketing role that sucked all the creativity out of me. I have since quit and felt so much better, and I know energy to do my favorite stuff outside. Yeah, it'll do that. I think Britt was talking about something like that a little while ago too. Yeah. Ooh, 6:30. Yep. So we just want to make sure I'm hitting all my points, my guys. You guys understand. Man, I need to get back to the gym. I haven't worked out since I left LE. I miss being in shape. No more Halo helmets for you until you play the games. Archie, when I start Twitch streaming again, especially through the winter, I'm definitely going to hit you up. Like, I want to know, do I just go and play an emulator of the original Halos, or are like the new remastered ones that just came out? Will that be the same experience? So I will definitely ask you, like, Halo 1, what do I play? Like, let's get started. Have you ever checked out billing support videos? I do not know what that is. Weird question. Is going to the shooting range a good way to relief? That's totally up to you. If shooting and target practice is a hobby you enjoy, I don't see why not. You know, as long as it's done safely and in a controlled environment, and you understand the risk. In my mind, it'd be no different than driving a car, racing, go-karting, paintballing. Like, if you enjoy that particular thing, as long as it's done safely, yeah, why not? I can absolutely see how that would be stress relieving. Put a few watermelons downrange, and like, why not? I keep forgetting I'm in the Carolinas. I can go do that stuff. Yeah, the new ones. One got from a snowboarding advisor company. I think the injection molded way better. MCC is the best. Villain support. Check out villain. Yeah, Lexi, I need the whole question. I would think that you would like his videos. You think the way he and the training sort of thought you may find that fun. You may want to do both of the video. I've never heard. I don't know who that is. I could look out to it. I've never really done a crossover with anybody, any channels. Um, Usually it's like Instagram and stuff, or like quick short form stuff. So, yeah. Oh. And then. Do you ever have the nervous, insecure, imposter syndrome feeling when you're starting your channel? Oh, all the time. I still have it. All the time. Absolutely all the time. I still have imposter syndrome. It is very nerve-wracking. It is a very nerve-wracking thing to be a part of. And just trying to get through it, you know? But you just got to enjoy it, right? Like, I can't please... The two things I have tried... Not loser. The two things I try to always remember. I don't like everybody. Why would I expect everybody to like me? Simple as that, right? There are people inherently in this world, you're going to go through life and you're just not going to like them for one reason or another. Completely out of your control. You just don't vibe with them. You're like, I just don't like that person. Whatever. Let them be, right? Everyone's having their own human experiences. I don't like everybody. So why would I ever expect everybody to like me? You can't. You cannot expect everybody to like you. That's impossible. What an undaunting task. Two. Yeah, you can't please everybody. Like, not only is not everybody going to like you, you cannot please everybody. So why try? Enjoy it. Again, like finding your tribe, finding your people, finding your community. Have fun with it, right? Especially with in terms of like being online and content creation. Just enjoy it. I'll tell people that all the time. When you are getting started, when you start posting on social media, making content, making videos, this isn't old YouTube. This isn't Casey Neistat. This isn't original viral YouTube anymore, where if you just made YouTube videos, like Jenna Marbles, people like that, where they were like a personality. It was like they were actors. The person you would see on camera was completely different than how they were in real life. And that was sustainable, I think, in early social media days. But now, when you're on YouTube, you can't just be on YouTube. You're also on Instagram, and you're also on TikTok, and you're also streaming, and you're also going to events, and you're also seeing fans. If you aren't your genuine self, oh my God, how exhausting would that be? Trying to pretend to be somebody else and being on all the time. No, thank you. Like, no, thank you at all. Like, if you don't come off as genuine because you're not being genuine, you're going to burn yourself out so fast. Like, that sounds unbelievably miserable. So if you enjoy making content for whatever it is, whether it's tutorials, entertainment, fun, whatever that looks like, be yourself. Because when you are enjoying it yourself, when you are being your genuine self in a video and you're excited about the thing, that comes through and people can tell. It's when you're forcing the content that people are just like, why am I this? He doesn't even look excited about this. And that shows. And it'll show a little bit in the first couple of videos, and then slowly you're gonna drop, and it's not good. And you guys have probably all watched content creators or like content that's like forced. You're like, ugh. Even he doesn't believe what he's saying, you know? Sorry, I'll get off that soapbox. Did you ever nervous and blah? You could probably do that in your backyard. I miss living. No, I can't do it in my backyard. Revive the backyard ninjas. Shh, I will ban you. Do you read comics, or are you just mostly just an MCU fan? I have perused some of the comics with like some of the cool storylines. Imposter syndrome is worse. Yeah. After my first tour, I've had to take something to assist me to go to sleep. It's been 21 years. My arm is twitching right now, really bad. Like a little muscle spasm. Are you okay? Huh. Having met you in person and having the conversation we had, you are a cool dude, both on and off screen. You are approachable and down to earth. Hey, I appreciate that, man. What are some of your favorite content creators or YouTube channels you watch for inspiration? I don't watch a lot of YouTube, honestly. And if I do, it's not similar content, because I don't really watch like 3D Printing Nerd or Uncle Jesse. I'm friends with them. I like their content and what they put out there, but I don't really watch it because I make that stuff too, right? So like, that could get, I don't want to be biased by anything, but I watch like One Piece theories. All the Mythbusters reruns that are out right now. Love it. Love that they're just throwing all the Mythbusters episodes on YouTube. That is like my podcast. I just listen to Mythbusters all the time. Danny Mata, him and Nick Connor. I love watching their stuff. Tacos Anonymous podcast, anime stuff. So, how do you not compare yourself to other channels? You can't. What's it do? Comparison is the thief of joy. If I compare myself to Emily's channel or the Hacksmith channel or somebody else's channel, who cares, right? Like, what am I doing? Do you keep all your 3D print supports? No, I throw those out immediately. You're in your channel, your camera chemistry is great. Seems like a real down-to-earth guy. I try. I don't know. I've always been comfortable talking to a camera. I don't know why. I really don't. It's never bugged me. And it's not like I need to imagine, like, oh, I can't picture that there's 88 people on the other side of this camp. Like, it doesn't bug me. It doesn't. Yeah, I appreciate that. Huz. Frank, thank you for the inspiration to keep it on. Once watching your videos to building a full, that Formula One car is sick, dude. Having met you at SuperCon 5 years ago, you gave me the best advice ever. Do more, and I've taken that to heart. Honestly, it's pulled me. I hope I said more than just do more. I'm sorry. What's your favorite Gundam series? Gundam Wing, Iron-Blooded Orphans, and 00 Gundam. Didn't realize you were also a vet. Don't know why I didn't make that connection before. I was in the Army. What branch did you serve in? I was in the Air Force. I was active duty Air Force for 10 years. I was in Okinawa, Japan, England, and now here in North Carolina. The last part of the open source was honestly being around so many creators and not having the imposter syndrome this time around. You've arrived, my boy. Tori and Carrie from Mythbusters. How they do. They have their own podcast. Honestly, I kind of lost interest in it. Like, they talk about some cool stuff, but I don't know. I was like, I'd rather just listen to the show. The Mythfits. Would it be able to help me on my YouTube channel, like some pointer? You like F1? I don't really watch F1. I've kind of thought about getting into it, but yeah. Wow. Why? My arm sounded like a muscle spasm. Oh no. Good thing it's not my left arm. Going back to WonderCon anytime soon? Yes! Finally, after 2 years, WonderCon and C2E2, I keep doing that, are on different weekends. The past 2 years, they were the same weekend, which sucked, which meant me and my friends had to pick one or the other. So, yes, I will be at WonderCon and C2E2 this year. So I'm happy that they're different. Nice, my sister is Air Force, almost 10 years. Oh, that's awesome. You did. There's a character limit. I was Aizawa with the lights up goggles. Gucci told me to try to make the hair flip. Oh, okay. I absolutely remember your costume. I'm going back to the WonderCon. Look at spam. Watching this as a prep different pieces for Moon Knight helmet from Nico Printer. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So, let's see. We are want to make sure we hit everything, guys. And for those of you that are just joining, because we're back up to 81 viewers, so I think we lost a couple people because day by day. And now we are back up. So I want to reiterate again the point of this stream, the point about talking about mental health, why we are sitting here right now. And I was approached by the Ad Council and to help with the va.gov/reach program. And it is a website that is full of resources for veterans and people looking for help. That doesn't just mean mental health. It can mean actual physical health. It can mean financial health, family stressors. If there is something you're having a problem with and you're a veteran, go check out the website. You can either go right here or you can use this link right there, tinyurl.com/franklybuiltreach. It is also in the pinned comment and it is also in the description down below. Hopefully you're watching it not upside down or else I got a point up there. I don't know how your screen looks. But please go check it out. At least pull open the window, like click the website and read some of the stuff there because you might see something that you've never thought about asking for help or not known that there is a resource out there that the VA offers. So please, like, just give it a click, read it. If you're like, I don't need any of this, I'm great, awesome. But maybe you know a veteran, maybe you know somebody who might also like, hey, man, have you heard about this website before? And kick them the link. Simple, right? It could take a couple seconds. Because if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know I absolutely like supporting talking about mental health, right? This is important. It shouldn't be weird. I get stressed. I've been stressed. I'm sad. I just lost my dog. Like, I lost my dad 7 years ago. Like, there are ups and downs in life, and you don't need to do any of this alone. Talk to somebody. And that is for veterans, obviously. Here, right? But even in the civilian world, in your normal life, if you are just a civilian, average Joe, just a person, right? Never, not military affiliated at all, there are still resources out there that please, like, I encourage you to go seek those too if you need to talk to somebody, if you need help. Yeah, we just need to talk about it more. Like, I struggle too sometimes, and it helps. Such an awesome way to support. Your videos have made a huge impact on my skills and abilities. Thank you for supporting the first full. Hey, Gilgamesh. Oh, Gilgamesh from Fate. Okay. Are you hyped for Avengers Doomsday? You have no idea. I can't wait. I'm so excited for it. 6'7" Huz, I will ban you. Do you work in heated AC garage? There is an AC unit in here. It's right there. It caught on fire and broke a few days ago, so I need to get a new one. It's a little toasty in here. Yep. I'm learning so much about HCM benefits now after working in the work study in the vet center at my college. It's crazy what we have available. Yes, exactly. There are resources out there that you just don't know about because, like, as much as they would want to have a pamphlet and a commercial and an ad and this and every vet know every resource that is available, it doesn't work that way. It's an impossible task. So trickle down effect, right? You tell one vet who tells one vet who tells another vet, and that's probably the best way to do it, right? So there are just so many resources out there that I'm hoping something like this, if one person from this whole stream clicks that link and goes and actually uses it, good, worth it. It was worth the 2 hours of my life, right? Easy, done. Go. It helped. It helped in some way. So hopefully this at least just puts a little bit of awareness. And then when this stream's over, it's still going to be on my channel. It'll still be there, so somebody can go and watch it. I don't know why, without that live interaction, they're just watching a 2-hour stream. Hey, some people do it. So hopefully it helps. I really hope it helps. I come from the military family and have seen all the good that the VA can do to help people. Correct. I gave my dad the email. Force habit. Have a good night, y'all. Purely out of interest, do you plan to do the 1/6 resin figure stuff or cosplay or woman scale stuff? I don't really do any of that. Have I ever done 1/6 scale? I don't know. I just do cosplay, costumes. Let's see. Hey Frank, are you okay? You are really scared. I went on a cut. I wanted to look good in that bikini for the summer. So it's been great. You like watermelon? I love watermelon. I have watermelon in my fridge actually. It's fantastic. I get out in November, Frank. I love the content. Been 3D printing in a couple of years. My son who loves his Iron Man, so your tutorial helped us bond, especially when I got back. Oh, yes. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. Like, just some geeky people 3D printing stuff. I want to teach. Is there an Iron Idiots podcast coming soon? You gotta ask Danny. I would love to do more, but he's busy. So, yeah. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to talk about. There was one. Oh, I just blew ahead. Blah blah blah. Cosplay, November. I sound like the Winter Soldier. Boxcar. Are you gonna make a video on the Soval Zero? I don't know. Stuff is looking at making helmets ever since I discovered it. I'm working on the Agamemnon helmet. Would you be able to one of it? I thought about it. Agamemnon's armor goes pretty hard in that movie. So, yep. How is your puppers doing? My pupper is doing good. Blue is doing good. Question, not just for vets, but family of veterans, if there are programs, and definitely interested in hearing about it because I know there are some programs that include families and not all I have access. Lexi, that is a good question. If you're a military affiliated family, I believe there are still some resources that the VA offers. I am not positive about that. I think there is, hold on. I would still check out va.gov/reach because there should be resources for families as well, or at least they can point you in the right direction for something like that. Because that is a very good question, right? Yeah, career challenges, money challenges, living with a disability, experiencing grief loss, relationship challenges, substance use challenges, life transitions, feeling isolation. So there are so many fine tailored resources. Veterans helping veterans, for friends and family. Literally, it's right there on the page. Like that's perfect. I would go down that rabbit hole because that's clearly a question other people have had, right? So cool. All right, that was a great question. Thank you for that. Thank you. I want to make a specific Tim. Should I fix my printer? Use Orange Storm. I donated the Orange Storm Giga to a local makerspace. That's what 100%. I tried to print a sort of protection for the Sierra. Oh, often do you pay for files or prints? You prefer bought files over free files? Both. I will buy files even for my friends, like Wireframe 3D. I'll throw them money. If we're doing a collab thing, sometimes they will provide the files for free if I'm making a video on it. But if it's a file I just want, I still buy files from Do3D. I still buy files from CG Trader and Etsy and Wireframe. But there are some incredible free, all my Evolution prints, all the Pokemon Evolution prints, those are all free on MakerWorld. Like there are so many cool free files out there. Little carrot guy. I love this guy. Look at him. He's adorable. Yep. I was able to sorry. I'm in Canada, but I appreciate you doing this for the veterans. Oh, okay. I can't imagine that there isn't something kind of similar for like the Canadian like military and forces. I'm very unfamiliar with how their branch and structure works, but I'm hoping you do find something. Good at Frank. You're considering answering my questions. Hey, no problem. So, yeah, okay. I haven't talked this much. I'm now realizing in like a while because I get breaks in between my videos and stuff when filming, and I can already feel my voice getting a little raspy. So, hopefully I can film tomorrow. Yeah. USAA. Oh, you have USAA? Huh. I have questions. Guys, I'm like Post Malone. I pulled the one ring. Look at it. Look at it. I pulled two. I pulled three. Ow! Oh no! Oh no! I dropped the cards. Cool. Yes. Yeah, guys, and like not just this stream, right? Not just talking about it here. You guys know I am an open book on Instagram. I do my best to respond to everybody who messages me, as long as it's like a pertinent question. No, I get a lot of messages like, hey, can I buy an Iron Man suit for me? Or hey, what's a good 3D printer? It's like, I can't answer all those questions at all. So if you've asked one of those questions and I didn't get back to you in a DM, sorry, but like, if people want to talk more about it, if people want to talk about their military service, or vent in a little bit more of a private setting that's not a YouTube live chat, obviously, reach out. I talk to so many people every day. I meet so many incredible people. Um, Even if it's just exchanging stories about being at the same base or knowing some of the same people or some BS that the military pulled, and you're like, yep, that makes sense, you know? Because yeah, there is a certain language that people in the service have that lets us just talk, and the only way I can explain it is like we just get it. I don't know. I can BS with anybody from any other branch about just some of the rigors of it, and even though I haven't deployed or been like in the thick of it, there's definitely some crossovers between leadership and just the military experience, right? And it's a different world for sure, but yeah, it's. I just want to encourage people to talk about it. Um, it it if you aren't comfortable talking about it, it will be weird at first. If you aren't comfortable about talking about mental health or bringing certain things up, it's tricky. It's a very tricky thing, um, and I've I was I have met people who wouldn't open up or thought it might be weird to open up or not manly to open up, and like, stop. Just don't do it. We don't need any of that anymore. We really don't. That's in the past. Leave it there. Um, because encouraging better mental health leads to better work environments, better, even if you look at it in just like a number standpoint, right? Even if you just look at it as a pragmatic, I have a business, I have a group of people, I have a workforce, and I want them to do good. It starts with your mental health. If I would I would get into arguments a lot in my active duty career with people who were above me because I was doing things a certain way for my troops and my guys. No, they get a longer lunch. They get a longer lunch break, or we need this, he has a cutback. I'm taking care of their mental health first. That jet engine will be here tomorrow morning. They do not need to stay an extra hour or two. We do not need to come. No, it was here yesterday. It'll be here tomorrow. They come first, because if they're not here, none of this gets done. So it has to start there, right? And if you're in any type of leadership role, you have people, subordinates looking up to you. This stuff's important. Like, this stuff is super important, and it compounds. And just talk, getting to know the people around you, and then also getting to know yourself, right? Also understanding the ups and downs of your own emotional states. I have good days, I have bad days. I've gone to, when I was active, I'd go into work sometimes and I knew I was in like a little bit of a mood, and I would do my best to not let that bleed over, and for people to see that, or try to process it myself and try to figure it out. My son is interested in becoming a pilot, and I'm going to see if he'd join the Air Force Cadets. I was in the... Oh, that's really awesome. Are you a vet, Frank? I am. I am. Brings us together over there. I don't like arguments. You sound like an NCO. I would have loved to have. I've had too many bad ones. I took that stuff serious. I really did. I didn't care about production. I get out of here. We have holes in jets. Cool. Are my troops alive? Okay. I'm doing good then. Strange question. Do you like the stuff you make? I find that most of the time I see are all flaws, defects in this stuff. I love all the stuff I make. Don't look at it as a flaw. Look at it as something you could do better next time. Every single one of my projects has something wrong with it. And now I know what not to do the next time. That's it. It is a snapshot in time of how good you were in that moment. This is the best Iron Man helmet I've ever made. There are still issues with it, but compared to the one I made before that, or the one I made 5 years ago, way better. It is a snapshot in time of my abilities and skills. What can I do better next time? Let's do that. Do you make new friends all the time? Sometimes. It can be tricky. Hey man, I met you at Maker World last November. Love the content. Hey, thank you for still being here. I appreciate you dropping in on the stream. Yeah. To the NCO question, the NCO comment, I never tried to be a boss. I tried to be a leader. I tried to be somebody my guys trusted, who they could come to with problems. I would hold them accountable when they actually did mess something up. But if I could block, I would. If I got so much paperwork here at Seymour Johnson before I got out because I swept stuff under the rug that didn't need to be. There were people who would try to make mountains out of molehills. I was not about that. It wasn't a big deal. Somebody would break something. Well, what's their name? Doesn't matter. They worked for me. My fault. Sorry. Well, I want a name. Pillar. Me. I don't care. You're not getting their name. It was under my supervision. I don't care. I had a lot of paperwork. As a 3D printing artist, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. My dad loves to point out all the flaws in my projects. I'm aware. You've been busy, man, all the time. Very busy. Very busy. Every time you make something, it doesn't have to be the best thing you've ever made. Sometimes it's just nice to have. Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. It was, I want to say it was the Hayabusa helmet. I got to a point where I was like, I just want to get this done. I was just sitting on it for so long. I'm like, I just need to get this done because if I stay too focused too long on this, just get it done. A project that is done, but 90% of how good it could have looked is better than a project that's never finished, right? It needs to be 100% perfect. Yeah, but you never finished it. Get it done and move on to the next thing, you know? I'm not a veteran, but I love your work. Started 5 years ago with CR10S and now working away at K2 Plus, and it's really helped me with my house. And hey, do you have a Facebook? Because I believe I watched your Facebook different logo first. I do have a Facebook. Yeah, it's same thing. I have a Facebook page. Totally agree. Starbucks is my first suit, large scale, a lot of mistakes and lessons learned and implemented much. So where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do I want to be in the next 5 years? Oh, that's a good question. Potentially pulling back from making videos. I don't know what that looks like. Don't know exactly what that looks like, but where do I want to be in the next 5 years? Happy. Not saying I'm not happy now. I just want to be happy. And whatever that looks like, whatever that evolves into, I'll be okay with that. I have a pretty cool life. I'm happy now. And if I could have this feeling and this comfort in 5 years, I'll be okay with that. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, actually. We are going to be wrapping this stream up, guys. It's been 2 hours. I'm starting to lose my voice. It's very hot in here. Blue wants to eat dinner. I want to eat dinner. But any final questions, comments, concerns before we wrap this up? While you guys type those out and think about those and stew on those and throw me some curveballs, I'm going to do one little final ad read and just remind you the point of this entire stream. va.gov/reach. If you are a veteran, you know is struggling, don't wait, reach out. Don't wait, reach out. Just reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach, or you can use this link. It is down below or at the pinned comment, tinyurl.com/franklybuiltreach. Pretty simple. Or just go to va.gov/reach. It's fine. And just look at the page. That's all I'm going to ask. Take a couple seconds while I'm yapping in the background. Open the page up and just look at all the options, whether it's mental health, financial, relationship. There could be a resource there you didn't know existed. And you could be like, oh my God, I didn't know I could have gotten help for that this whole time through the VA. And maybe you open the page and you're like, none of it's for me. Cool. At least you looked. And maybe you have a VA, maybe you have a veteran friend, maybe you have somebody in the service in your life in some capacity, coworker, family member, friend, parent, whatever. And you're like, actually, he was talking about money a few days ago. Maybe he doesn't know this exists, because there's a chance he doesn't know it exists. They can only reach out to so many people, and only so many people can know there are so many resources and options. So send it to a friend. Let them know, right? Maybe it didn't help you, it can help somebody else. And by helping somebody else, you helped them too. So please, just take this stuff seriously. Yeah, there are resources available. So don't wait. And it's just important to talk about. And the final questions. No more tutorials. What do you mean? I just put out a build video. Chat you, man. Hey, what do you use to protect your prints when traveling? Like any special? Sound deadening foam is really good and not coarse, and packing paper works really well. Are you considering doing ODST? No. Love hanging out with you on stream. It was fun. It was very fun. Thank you for reaching out to the people that need help. You're welcome. Thanks for doing the stream for vets. I feel like more vets need support from other vets doing well. I want to do more on my own too. Perfect. No questions. Thank you for your awesome content. Thank you for your awesome comment, buddy. Weirdly built props. I still like your name. I think I like your name more than mine. And it's my name. I'm tired. I don't know, man. I just work here. Yeah, guys, no, this was cool. This was, dare I say, fun. This was fun. I like chatting with you guys about this stuff. I just want to say I like how positive all your content is, and that you're a great person and put positivity back in the world. Much love, success. Thanks for sharing. What made you want to do this stream? What made me want to do this stream was Ad Council reached out along with the VA to help promote and share this outreach program, and it was such a good fit. I'm a veteran. I make content. I talk about mental health. Perfect. That's it. They asked if I would do it, and I absolutely said yes. I think literally I got a text from my manager, and she was just like, "This is the thing," and I'm like, "I will do that thing." That was it. There really wasn't even much. I asked for all the details after because I just knew, like, no, this makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't we do this? And I will be doing more stuff like this because it is very serious, and I have a platform, so why not? So don't lose your voice, man. Yeah, I'm going to be losing my voice tomorrow. I appreciate it. What you're doing, brother. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. Thanks for the reach out. Thank you. Hey, thank you for your service. Anybody there? Anybody in the chat? Anybody watching this in the future? If you served in some capacity, thank you for your service. If you are a family member of somebody who served, thank you for your service. That has its own sacrifices too, like 100%. Military spouses, kids, family, people who work in government contracting, work on bases, work in some type of field that is affiliated with the DoD or military or anything like that. Thank you for your service, because there are sacrifices all across the board, not just the people who are downrange. It's a lot. It's a lot of moving parts. Yeah. So yeah. I think that's going to be it, guys. If you have any other questions, leave comments on the video after it's posted live, because obviously the chat, but there'll be like the comment option on the video once it's posted to my channel, or hit me up on Instagram. Always happy to talk. And yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap. I'm going to do the awkward end stream thing and just keep talking. And yeah. You have a good night, guys.